Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Jason, also known as Ominous Prime, and we're going to be taking a look at a couple of Game & Watches that I had picked up but never opened. I wasn't sure if I actually would. I have a lot of nostalgia for the Game & Watch series. I grew up in the 80s with, I managed to get one when we were in Okinawa. My dad got it for me, and unfortunately, when we moved stateside, we were in California, and I had taken it to school just to have, for me to have something to play with like at lunchtime, and I put it down on my desk to talk to the teacher briefly, turned around, and it was gone. I didn't know who took it. There was no way of knowing who took it, but it disappeared. And it was that bad feeling, you know, when I would say I was like 9 at the time. So I've had a few things stolen from me over my time as a kid, and that one kind of hit home to me more so because it was like a little treasure I had from Okinawa that at the time during the 80s it wasn't common to find Nintendo products like this, because this was before there was an actual release of the Nintendo stateside. But with these coming out, I'm hoping that they do more, because these are a little bit different. The orange one that I had was for Mario, and it was a 2 screen, so it was actually kind of like a Nintendo DS. But these kind of strike up that nostalgia for me, so I wanted to go ahead and get these, and they were, relatively speaking, inexpensive, and picked up both of these from Target. All right, so the first one that I'd like to take a look at actually is the Super Mario Brothers one. I haven't opened these before, so bear with me as we're going through this, and I'm just going to move the Zelda one off to the side here so we can go and take a look at the box here. Now, pardon me, I'm going to get that off there. On here, there's an overlay with this transparent piece of plastic to kind of give a cool effect of what it's like playing Super Mario Brothers. As you can see, you've got the clouds here, question blocks, and an overlay of what the gameplay should look like when it's on the screen. And you got your Mario, he's got no coins, or he's got 35 coins, no points scored. And World 1-1, no time on there. It's basically the UI that you would have. Well, I wouldn't say UI. It's what you see on the screen while you're playing the game. I guess the UI part would be up here. And then you got Mario down here, a Goomba, pipes. You know, it's really good packaging here. I do like what they did with the detail here. This one's listed as SM35. And then here's some of the details here of what you can find on here. So you got Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers The Lost Levels, which in Japan I believe was released as Super Mario Brothers 2. Game & Watch game ball, and then it works as a watch. And we'll have this playing in the background. Alright. And you can see it's still sealed, but we're going to go ahead and break that seal now. Alright, it slides right out. Huh. Didn't notice this, but funnily enough, on the reverse side, you have what you would have in Bowser's Castle, the white bricks. Bowser himself here, breathing fire. Let's see if I can... There you go, you can see him better. The hammer that you would hit to go and knock down this bridge. A little gap there for the pit. And the moving platform that sometimes is in there during the battle, sometimes not. But I do like that. I like this. And once that cover is removed, you see the old Game & Watch game ball. Okay, opening it here. We have special thanks to you. It also says it in French and in Spanish. That's handy, actually. Hopefully there's some charge in here so we can get using this right out of the box. Okay, user guide, instructions, how to charge it, and in French, and it looks like in Spanish as well. Yeah, hopefully this isn't too complicated to use. Alright, and we got USB-C cable that it comes with the charge. No power brick to speak of to connect that to, but that's alright. I'm sure, like most people, you probably have at least one or two that are spare sitting around, especially if you have any cell phones. Alright, got the styrofoam sleeve here. Look at that, it's beautiful. In the Famicom colors, the gold and red, with kind of like an off-white kind of grayish color here for the buttons. Black D-pad. That's where you would charge it there. I believe actually that actually I think is for a memory card. USB-C slots over here on this side along with the power button. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this powered up. Oh, there we go. It's got a little bit of charge. Alright, so it says press time button. Alright, now here in the morning it's 10:14. So let me see how we would get the time set here. Okay, pressing the time button changes the background. Then we have the pause set button. So we can set how loud we want it to be. I'm going to turn it down because it's constant beeping. You can change the brightness of the screen. And here I can set the time. So I'll go ahead and do that now. It's actually changed since we've been talking here. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other modes we have here. Now, well, before I do, notice that we have this little block that's moving around the screen. I believe that's the ticking of the seconds, so I can kind of keep track of time that's going through. So that's interesting. As I'd mentioned, you press the time button, you can effectively just click between the different levels here. Now pressing the game button should go ahead and get us to choose between the different ones. Super Mario Brothers 2, and Ball. Now, I'm sure most people are familiar with Mario and Mario 2. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Ball, and you'll notice up here there's not much battery left on this. It's just enough of a charge to get it to turn on, so I'll be charging this here in a moment, and then we'll go ahead and get to the Legend of Zelda here. But we got Game A and Game B. Game A is you're using the D-pad to change the position of the hands to catch the ball and keep them in the air. And you got a counter here to go and keep track of your progress. And the high score is kept down there at the bottom. Now, here you can pause and you can go ahead and change the settings just like you did at the beginning. And I believe this will allow me to go back and let's take a look at Game B. Ooh, Game B starts you out with 3 balls instead of 2. And counts in increments of 10. Oh no. Alright, so let's go. You press game, you get to go back and choose. Just want to do a quick look to see how good this looks. I missed. a little weird playing this from behind the camera. There's a little secret for you if you didn't know that one already. Alright, and then real quick here, let's take a look at Mario Brothers 2 before the battery dies on this. Oh, it is much more difficult than playing the original version. Now pressing time just gets you right back there, so you can have the clock going. Alright, give me just a moment here. We'll go ahead and take a look at the Game & Watch for The Legend of Zelda. Alright, so I took the liberty of going ahead and getting it to where I could go ahead and slide this out so you don't have to watch me try and do this all over again. But let's go ahead and take a look at the screen here. When I say screen, I'm talking about the plastic cover here. It's done in a similar theme that was done with the Super Mario Brothers one that's over here, where they've added details from the Legend of Zelda video game. You have a screenshot of the title screen along with what we would find framing the game. As you can see, we have Octoroks on here, the red, blue, red. Got Link over here in the bottom, throwing a sword across the screen, as it were. On this one, it's ZL35. And then on this one, it's a little bit different because we have The Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, Vermin, which is a version with Link. Then you have Clock, and there's a timer mode in this one. So it's a little bit different than what you get with the Mario. As you can see, the differences there in features. So this was the same price as the Mario one, but it's got more features, so I do like that. Sliding this out here, on the back side you just have the forest trees. So fortunately no Ganon sitting on the back or anything like that. Go ahead and get this open. I suspect it's going to be similar to what we had with Mario. Oh, it's a little different actually. It's actually quite a bit different. Got your instructions. And let's check that out. It's a stand, so you can have it on display. Looks like through here would be the cable. There's a hole here, so I'm wondering if there's a purpose for that. And just place that in there. It's actually pretty nice. A nice glossy finish to this. It's definitely going to be a fingerprint magnet, but it looks good. You got your USB-C charger. I don't expect this to have much of a charge on this one, so let's go ahead and turn this on and see what we get. Power button's on the right side, just like it was on the Mario. It's an SD card slot. I think that's for modding this if you want to. I don't plan on doing that with this. And you got your USB-C port right there. So let's power this on. Ooh, treasure. All right. This is a bit different on the display here. Got the clock up there, and it looks like it's just going to play through a demo of the game. Pressing the time button again. Doesn't seem to make any changes here like it did with the Mario set. But we can turn off that beeping. And look at that, we have auto sleep. So if you want to turn the screen off, it can automatically do so after a set amount of time, which I believe would be useful if you're using this like on your nightstand. All right. We also have a start and select button here along with A and B, whereas on the Mario one you don't have that. Pressing the game button, you can see the different versions on here. You have the English and you have the Japanese versions of each game, it appears. Oh, you get French, German, Japanese, and English. And just English and Japanese for the first two. Down here we have the Vermin game and then the timer. And this has a little bit more battery life than the Mario one. Now this one came out after the Mario one, so maybe that's why. Doesn't matter, I'm gonna end up having to charge this anyways. So let's take a look at Vermin. This is the Link version. As you see, here's Link, and it's very simple. You just move him into place. It's kind of like a whack-a-mole kind of game. Simple game, but it'll pass the time. And pausing, you can reset it here. Yep, so you can go and change it to Game B. Game B seems to have a faster pace. Gives you a little bit more of a challenge. Yeah, a lot more challenging. I'm starting to get sucked into this. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at Legend of Zelda. Sounds great. We're not going to do all that here, so we'll go on and take a look at the Adventures of Link. It's Zelda 2. I actually really like this game. Then we have Link's Awakening. Just wondering which version of it they put on here. I think it's the Game Boy Color version. If you watch my backlog video, you'll know that the updated version that was released on Switch is on my backlog to go ahead and get through. But I might go back and play this one too. It's awesome. Yeah, timer, yeah, you set your time and then it goes. Now you can see the clock's actually here in the background, which is actually pretty cool. Alright, so there we have it. Legend of Zelda Game & Watch, and looks great. Alright, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below, and I'll see you next time.